Hey y'all, Farmer Dre back at it. Today we're standing outside in our outside garden here where we got all these 600 tomato plants, and today I'm going to show you exactly how we stake our field tomatoes here on our farm. So first thing is first, whenever you decide to grow tomatoes or decide to plant tomatoes by the seed, or if you buy it by the starts, is to know what variety you're growing. Either it's a determinate or indeterminate variety. And an indeterminate variety is where it continues growing non-stop until the plant dies off. And most farmers, they just let them die off until it frosts in the fall time. And then there's the determinate varieties that we mostly grow here on the farm. They're the bush type, so you let them grow like a big bush. They grow to a certain size, and then whenever the plant gets to full maturity, it produces all its fruit, and the plant dies off. And you get about in our experience, about a 6 to 8 week harvest period on that. So whenever you grow the bush type tomatoes, you got to have different succession plantings, and compared to the indeterminate tomatoes is where you just plant the same plants and you just keep harvesting till fall. So with the varieties we have here, we have a lot of different varieties. So there's a few indeterminate varieties mixed in between these 5 rows of tomatoes here, because these are the plants we didn't sell in the springtime. So I'm just gonna treat them all like a bush type tomato or like a determinate variety. So I'm gonna come through and stake them through today. So whenever you do stake an indeterminate variety, you mainly have is one string coming up from the top from your main support. And a lot of farmers for field tomatoes, they just put 2 big old telephone poles here on the end, and then they put a cable or string across, and they at each plant they come down with the string. But the way we do it is the indeterminate variety style. It's called the Florida weave method. And I already did a row here last week, and then I got to come through today and finish these off. So what you do whenever you do this in the field tomatoes is you come through and we put a plant in the field. We put a plant every a post, wooden post every 2 plants. In the high tunnels in the greenhouses where we grow the early tomatoes, we put them every 5 plants. But we use metal post, steel T-post, and it comes down to grower preference if they want to use metal post or wooden post. For the field tomatoes, there's no way we'll get so many metal posts out here, the T-post, because first of all, it's cost. Who has that kind of money to spend on T-posts? And if a farmer does have T-posts, probably holding up a fence or something. So these are just, we got these metal posts from, these wooden posts from a guy who processes woods. He buys the logs from other people, and he just chops them up, trims them up. He thinks he makes hardwood floor out of them. And these are just the ends of them, and the sides that he just scraps out. So you got to go buy a whole bundle at a time. And we got 3 bundles, and Adrian, he chopped them up to 6 foot. So what we did is put them 6 foot and beat them in the ground as far as they go down, and now they're out of the ground probably 4.5, 5 feet. And we put a plant every 2 feet, and as you guys can see here now, we got to come through and stake them. And I'm going to show you guys these ones right here. These are the ones that have been staked already, so you guys see a post every 2 plants. And then we have this tomato twine we come through. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I come through and stake them. But as you guys can tell, we do no pruning on these, so they're just growing like a bush. And I'm going to explain to you guys the difference, and I'm going to show you guys the difference between a staked tomato, if you stake tomatoes, and the difference whenever you don't stake a tomato. Because after 3 to 4 weeks, I did this row, and I can show you guys the big difference between a tomato plant that is staked and not staked, and how the quality of the fruit and the amount of production it puts out. So now I got to come through and finish putting these posts in the ground. I stopped over here, and then I had to go inside, help Adrian go to another farmer's market. So I'm going to come through right now and finish putting the post up. And I'm going to try to get another row done today, and then probably do the rest tomorrow. So I'm going to come through, put the posts every 2 plants, and then I'm going to get to show you guys how to first start off the string, and then how to maintain it during the growing season. So my setup here is pretty simple. I got the 4-wheeler, and then I put all the stakes on this trailer, because now I got to drive it in between the rows. And before we just had them on a pallet, so I already put that strap there so they won't come down. So I pull one out here, and I drag it over here, and then put them every 2 plants there, and just beat them in as far as you go. Over here, what you guys see is a cucumber plant. For some reason I planted it. Got to come through and actually pick these. But now it's time for tomatoes. I'm going to get through to staking these, and we will hopefully get done with this row today. So we're gonna go ahead and grab some more hair stakes, grab as many as you need, grab a couple, and walk back here. And what you want to do whenever you do find, when you do start pulling in the post, is I come through count 2 plants and I find the drip tape and make a hole through the plastic so I can see it. So the drip tape's right here, and I come through, I poke them in the ground there, get the post driver, and just start hammering. Enough there should stay, so then I come through again, find the drip tape, count 2 plants, 1, 2. Get another post here. And just like that, keep it going. So I just got done staking the whole row here. Took about 15 minutes or so. Not too bad. If I had another person go along faster. But what I'm going to explain to you guys now is why you kind of need to stake tomatoes and the difference in productivity compared to the tomatoes that are staked and tomatoes that aren't staked. And I got a perfect example right here is where you could tell the difference if tomatoes haven't been staked. And I'm going to show you guys that right here. So these are tomatoes that haven't been staked. As you guys can see here, there's not very many fruit set. There's a few, but they're kind of small. You guys can see there, it's just not as much. They're starting to set, but I think the plant is just trying to build some structure to actually be able to hold the plants down to not, you know, kind of fall on the ground there. So there's just the productivity of the tomatoes that are not staked. And just look at these ones right here. The ones that are staked, look how many more tomatoes are on here. They're bigger sizes. They're growing nicely. And here's some more right here of the big old, and they just keep growing and growing if they're staked tomatoes compared to tomatoes that are not staked. So it's just the productivity on them and the size of the fruit. The actual size of the fruit's a lot bigger compared to the tomatoes that are not staked. So this is why it's very good and very important to stake your tomato plants. And now I got to come through and put the strings in. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I get started with the strings. And I'm going to show you guys exactly on these ones how to maintain them during the growing season. But so far it's looking good. So what we got here, this is a tomato twine, and this is the brand we use. I mean, you could use all other kinds of sorts of brands, it doesn't really matter. But it's just nylon plastic string. It's a 6,000 feet in here, I believe, and we pay like $6 or $7 a roll. So what goes on here, I put my belt through there, then I strap it to my side here, and then I'm going to show you guys the way I use this PVC pipe right here that just goes through and put a pipe, and I'll show you guys exactly how we do that. But it's this is a tomato twine we use. This is nylon string, 6,000 feet for $6, so you can't beat it. Alrighty, so I just put the string through the pipe here. This is a regular PVC pipe, doesn't really matter. And then I got the string here on my side, and I come through, tie on each row. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we do that. So do here is just come through the first post here. I just wrap it around twice here. Just make it nice and snug so it won't come down. Just tie a regular knot, whatever knot you're used to doing. I'm used to doing a square knot there. So what you do here is just get it tight. You hold it tight with this hand, and then the PVC pipe just guides it. So you come through like that. Make sure it's really tight, nice and tight, and then come through and just flip around there and just pull it. And whenever I did this last time, I had my brother's help, Adrian, and it made it nice and easy. It's like the plants are just falling over, they'll pick it up. So you just come through like that. You could stake, I could stake all these. If all the posts are up, I could probably stake these in 20 to 30 minutes, all 600. It's real fast, real easy whenever everything's ready to go. So like on this one, just kind of pick it up there, pull it nice and tight up there. Just like that. Real fast, real easy. Just come through and keep them off the ground and stood up. On this one, just pick up the plant, just like that. Come through and boom. Not very hard. Just gotta know what you're doing, and it goes by fast. So let's say I was at the end row there, but I'm not gonna go ahead and do that. Not yet. I'm just going to show you guys here real quick. So what you do is come back on this side. I like to tie around 3 times around the end, and then just come back through and keep on staking them. You know, it's just keep it nice as a cucumber plant. Kind of just throw that up there. And once you do this, is just keeps the plant all nice and up. Keep it from falling over in the middle of the road here. So all right, so on the end row here, I just come through 3 or 4 times. Just you cut it off however you want. What I just do here, I forgot my knife in the house today. Great farmer, right? So I just rub it against the post there. Just like that, rip it off and just tie it off however you want. So it just kind of makes a sleeve for the plant to stay in between there. Just like that. So you guys just saw how I did that. So if you're pretty much just building kind of plant, you're just forcing the plants to grow in between that, and then whenever you come through, I got to come through again and stake these since the plants are so much taller. And in the general rule, you don't want the plants to grow more than, you want to put a string here every 6 inches as the plant is growing. So I got to come through again and stake these. So whenever you come through and stake them during the growing season, it's even easier than doing it over there, because you just put another string here every 6 inches or however far, and just keeping them from falling outside the rows here. So staking field tomatoes is very simple in my opinion. I mean, it's just if you know how to do it with this tomato twine and a string, you could get it done. Like I just did these first half row here in, what was it, probably 5 minutes or so. But it is really hot out here, so I'm sweating like crazy. But staking them during the growing season is very simple. And whenever you first plant the plants, you don't want to do it like I did and wait. You know, we planted these the first week of June, and it's almost August now, so it's been 2 months since we planted them. And you don't want to wait as long as I did to actually stake them. You want to put the stakes in, you know, first 2 weeks after you got them planting, because then it's a whole lot easier to get the plants growing, and then you get more productivity in the long run. So I already started picking a few of these. As you can tell, some of these are starting to ripen up, but hopefully after these get staked up and stuff, and we finish the rest of those 3 rows here, it goes pretty smooth. And these ones will probably produce August, September, maybe through mid-October. And then I just started another batch there in the green for the high tunnel that we're putting up, so we could have another batch for the fall time. So staking field tomatoes is very simple. I mean, just do what I just did right there. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to stake an indeterminate tomato plant. This is for a bush type or determinate tomato plant. The way you do it, this is called the Florida weave method. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to stake an indeterminate tomato plant, the one that you do have to prune off the suckers and stuff. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick. But as you guys can see here, this is why we grow the determinants, because they're very easy to take care of, very easy to maintain. If I was growing an indeterminate tomato out on the field, this is what I'll be doing. Don't mind that plant right there because it's growing. So I just got done cleaning it up. You know, you prune it to a single stem. So you cut off all the suckers, and the suckers are just the ones here in the middle, like this. Pull them off, and then what I would do if I would be growing in indeterminates, and a lot of the home gardeners, they grow. So I got this piece of string here. And what you're gonna do is just come through and just kind of tie that to that, just like that. Tie it to the post, not too tight, so you don't strangle the plant. Then cut it off, and then they say, the pros, every single flower cluster, you want to come through and stake it. So if you were doing indeterminates, see, but this just takes too much time, and I don't have the time to come through every single plant. So that's why I like growing the determinates. So this is exactly how you would do it if you were to grow field tomatoes, if you wanted to stake them with the post. So now you have a single stem, the plant coming through, then you'll just train it like that, and come through, put off the suckers, and keep on doing it until it reaches the top there. But since we have so many tomato plants, there's 600 tomato plants out here. I don't have the time to go through in every one. If I would have had the time, these are all been staked already, but no time means you're behind on everything. So that's how you would want to do an indeterminate tomato plant in the field. I did post a video. I made a video quite some time ago of why I only grow determinate tomato plants, and this is the main reason why, is because, you know, it's more efficient for me, and because we do so many farmers markets, we're not at home all the time. So to come through, like I explained there, to come through and stake all the plants like that, even doing indeterminates in the high tunnel there, it just takes too much time. So here you just put a post every 3 or 4 plants. You come through, you stake them, then you come through and harvest them, pick out a nice, real good big tomato ready to go. And as you guys can see here, these will be ready probably next few days. Start trimming down the bottom. So you guys kind of saw the difference between a row of tomatoes that's not staked and a row of tomato that is staked. On these ones, just look at this gorgeous fruit on here. I mean, the fruit is just growing and growing bigger and bigger. And on these ones, the plants are just trying to survive and having enough support here. So let's look at these plants right here. Look how small that fruit is. It's just itty bitty, not very big. But I guarantee you now, since they're staked, I'll come back here in 2 or 3 weeks. Those will all be big and monstrous like these ones right here. So that's how you stake field tomatoes like a boss. You know, just get it done quick, gets the job done real fast. Alrighty, y'all. So that's exactly how we stake our tomatoes here, our field tomatoes here on the farm. I have to actually go to a farmer's market right now. So it's just, we can't, like I told you guys before, we don't actually work. We only get 3 or 4 hours a day actual work here on the farm, maybe 5 or 6, depends if we have late afternoon markets. But if not, the rest we're either selling, picking. So it's just real hard to manage. It's all comes down to time management, figuring out what you got to do, what's most important. So that's exactly how we stake our tomato plants here on the farm, our field tomatoes, even the tomatoes in the high tunnels. That's the exact same system. As you guys hear me explaining, you know, all the good benefits you have to it. So that is going to be pretty much it for today. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video. If you guys have any questions, comments throughout the video, leave them down in the comment section below, you guys. I mean, this is exactly how we do it. There's probably so many more different ways to stake field tomatoes. This is not the only way to do it. This is how we do it. So, and it works great for us. And you guys see the productivity we get on the high tunnels, and that's how probably we're gonna get out here too. So go ahead and do all that good stuff. And I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. Thanks for supporting my channel. Thanks for watching up to this video, up this late in this video, giving me that watch time. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. So I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. You guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time.